Hi, everyone. I'm glad you're back with us, Connie. My co star Bite here. How are we doing this fine day?
Wow. Wow, you too.
Hi, Black Dot. How are you doing? I am doing fine today. Actually, better than fine. It's a nice rainy day today. You know how much I love that. Let's see. I was looking at the radar here a little bit ago. Let's see if I can see if we're gonna get anything exciting here. Looks like kind of the fun stuff is going on along the coast there. But Waco is like right there. But oops, let's get it in the picture here so you can see it. But there's all this going on down here. But yeah, we're getting a little bit through Waco. It's not a whole lot, but you know, it'll take what we can get. We've gotten some nice rain over the past week or so. Hi, Scott. Hi, Tracy. Yeah, the tacos were good there, and I must use the past tense were good because they are gone. They were gone in a couple days. Like I said, that started with somebody a couple weeks ago kept saying tacos over and over again. It was like, you know what, that's a good idea. I was rehab. Um, you know, it's kind of a drag. Pineapple upside down cake. That sounds good. I like pineapple and I like cake, and I do like being upside down. Oh, Yvonne wants cheesecake now, huh? Chip all the water, all the ice off of my water here. Have to use the plastic glass because all the glass glasses are in the dishwasher right now. Oh yeah, these guys started a live stream. We talked about it too. I told them no live streams, and they did it anyway. Didn't you? You're a bad cat because you had a live stream when I told you not to. And then you were even entertaining. You just spent the whole time sleeping. I guess that is an exciting cat live stream, though, isn't it? Guess what you're having for breakfast? I don't know. Street tacos? Who knows? Yeah, regular tacos with taco shells are good too. But those street tacos, those were great. Stupid autocorrect, huh? Yeah, I agree. Autocorrect is stupid. Yeah, I mean, you can do that too. The advantage with cutting up the meat before you cook it is then you get the marinade all over the meat, not just on the surface. You cook it, if you marinate it and then, you know, cook it and cut it up then, you only got parts of it that actually made contact with the marinade. That's your call, though. You can do it however you want. Yeah, the plants in the garden in the corner there are doing well so far. They've really liked the rain that we've gotten in the last few days. I've noticed the whole garden is really enjoying that. No, I tend to do things pretty naturally. You'll recall a few months ago when I prepared my gardens, I took a lot of the leaf waste from the yard and put them in the garden and then buried it with the dirt. And that has turned into really nice quality soil and will continue as it degrades over the next couple of years. But like I said, when I dug into it, it's like, oh, real quality soil here. It's got a good start. Why did my mom guest host a live stream? I didn't think we were going to have one until these guys started one on their own. Hi, Brian. Like a nice cold glass of water here. And let's see, mom did send a text. Let's see what she said here. Let's see here. Look at the whole thing here. Looks like they're maybe getting close to discharging my mom from the rehab place. She's looking forward to that. She's ready to get back home. She hasn't been in her apartment now for a couple months. Yeah, she says I'm ready to be home. I guess it's really been up and down temperature wise. She said, yeah, she's been having problems with the food in the rehab place. I don't know why it is. You spend all that money to be in a rehab place, and they can't make better food. But yeah, she said the food has been really bad. She's been watching my cooking vlogs recently, and they're making her hungry. She says the food at her apartment isn't much better, but at least she'll be home. So yeah, she's doing good. I guess she's getting close to getting out of the rehab, so that's good. Oh yeah, I wear this T-shirt periodically on the lives. I don't know. Sometimes Rhonda tells us that in Facebook whether she's going to be there or not. I don't remember seeing anything from her, but she's probably just working. She does a lot of that. Let's see, anything from Rhonda. She recommended more morning glories from my yard for ground cover. There's a Waco drama on Netflix, huh? It's funny that because we just hit the what I guess 30th anniversary of that a couple of days ago, And a lot of people have been watching the Waco vlog. That could be. I didn't think about it. I really need to go. I figured that I'll have to go look at go see how the trending is and to see if there's been a boost in views because there's been more comments lately. You heard a dog barking. I guess you're talking last week. It's possible the neighbors have dogs. In fact, I think there's dogs all around me. There's a dog on this side. I think there's a dog on this side, which is the one you'd be hearing because that's outside the window. There's a dog across the street, and there's a dog behind me. Did I hear about a dragon at Disneyland that exploded and caught fire during a show? No, I didn't hear that. I bet you it was the dragon on Phantasmic. I used to work that show, and there's a dragon that comes out of the ground that breathes fire at the end of the show. I'll have to look that up. Let's see. I bet you somebody's got to have video of it. Yeah, here it is. Got to get through the ads here. There's always an ad here. Yeah, it was during the Phantasmic show. That's a trip. I worked that show, and I've worked with that dragon. Holy cow!
It's not good here.
That's insane. Let's try and run this back here. I'll show you this.
Well, Disneyland is on fire. Poor dragon didn't make it. It's not good here.
Yeah, I've seen that thing. That's insane. That's crazy. Ever heard of the group The Residents? Yeah, I love The Residents. Yeah, I know that. I'm thinking the same thing. I've said this to my mom too, Donna. That you'd think that the one thing that they'd want to do is give you good food to keep your spirits up, so you want to get better and get out. I mean, you're paying an enormous amount of money. They can make good food. It isn't hard to do. I remember when the storm came through a week ago. That was exciting. I was talking to a friend who lives in a neighboring town called Bruceville Eddy, which is 10 miles south of here. And I told him, I was watching on the phone the storm come through. I said, yeah, Bruceville Eddy's under a tornado warning right now. He was telling me that he had a tornado hit the ground near his house years and years and years ago. And it literally was like a few hundred yards from his house. No, the dragon is part of the finale at Phantasmic because basically the story of Phantasmic is it's sort of a takeoff on Fantasia. If you ever remember that movie from the 30s or whenever it was, And basically, Mickey is a wizard who summons all the greatness from his imagination to make this fascinating show. And then at the end, a witch, appears. I think it's Maleficent, and she summons all of the images of her imagination. And the dragon pops out of the ground and breathes fire, and there's explosions. And I used to do one of the things I used to drive was an eel. In fact, I think I got a picture of that. Hang on here, let me look. No, not there. And they never make it easy for you to find what you're looking for on the YouTube here or on Facebook. Okay, albums. Come on, there's a way to look at photos I've taken. Here we go, that's what I want. Let's see, it might be, you know, forgive me for looking at the phone so much here, but let's see. Now I've got a Disney section here. No, I don't think it's in there. Maybe it wasn't here. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. When I worked Phantasmic, I used to drive one of the watercraft that did the pass during Maleficent's part. It was from, if you ever saw, I think it was The Little Mermaid. There was a the evil witch in there had a couple of minions, a couple of eels called Flotsam and Jetsam, and Flotsam and Jetsam used to make their appearance during the Maleficent pass, and that was one of them. And I used to drive that. So I got to be a part of that show. That's me in Phantasmic years and years and years ago. Let's see. Sorry, I've been looking at my phone so much and I got to catch up on the comments here. Glad my mom's doing better. Because it's been a really wet winter this year, or wet summer this year, or spring, or whatever it is, whatever season we're in. It isn't usually that wet. I hope that continues through the summer. I hope we have a wet summer this year. Good food would cut into the. That's unfortunately the problem. I think, and it's crazy. You think that there'd be more benefit from providing good food because people with good spirits heal faster. You get them out and you get somebody else in. Chilly, breezy, and overcast in Canton, Ohio. Yeah, we're supposed to maybe get rain all day. Like I said, we got a storm. We had a storm blow through here a few days ago that dropped 2.5 inches of rain, but overflowed the pool. It was that much water, and now we've gotten like a half an inch, a little bit more than a half an inch of rain this morning. So that's good. I like it when it stays nice and wet here. The yard is loving it too. All the new plants are doing really well because of all the free water. I used to have Fantasia on DVD. I don't have it anymore, or not on DVD, on Laserdisc. But I never. It was one of those things I never got, updated on DVD. And now I'm sort of over Disney, so I'm not doing anything Disney these days. It sounds like a collectible, Elon. You're gonna want to keep that. Yeah, there are some of the LEDs on this thing that are burned out. There's like 3 of them in a row. But considering what I paid for that thing, I've been thinking of replacing it. They've got all sorts of like LED strips now that you can get like at Home Depot and maybe do different patterns. But like I said, I'm going to use that one for a while until it burns out or fails altogether. You remember the story of that, right? How I got that thing? The kitties are doing good, Nancy. Bite is at the end of the hall. They're just chilling out right now. And I don't know, I haven't seen Nibble yet this morning, but sometimes she comes out. Sometimes she'll come out if I take the kitty treats out. That at least got Bite's attention, didn't it? Well, we'll see if he comes and visits us. No kitty treats for cats that don't come out and make an appearance, right? That's the rule. Have I kept anything from working at Disney or working for Disney? Well, they gave you all sorts of little trinkets and stuff like that, pins and buttons and stuff like that. And those are, I guess, kind of collectible because they're cast member only kind of things. But yeah, I guess I have a few Disney things floating around here. I mean, I showed you that little pedestal thing I got when I retired from Disney. Retired, quit in disgust is a better thing, but they called it a retirement. So they gave me that little crystal Mickey ear thing that I still have in my bathroom. Tell you the story about the lights. Oh, okay. About a year and a half ago, I saw an amazing thing that you could get for Christmas. It was an LED Christmas tree, like 14 feet high, and did all sorts of elaborate patterns and stuff like that. And they were selling it for an outrageous price, outrageously low price. And I was thinking, yeah, that sounds too good to be true, but I'm going to try anyway. And I was skeptical about it. So I went through PayPal figuring if it is a scam, I'll just be out the money I paid for it. Well, uh, it kept saying it was coming. It kept saying it was coming. It kept saying it was coming. And all of a sudden, the website disappeared. And I figured, yeah, okay, this was a scam. And I eventually complained to the company. They wouldn't reply. So I went to PayPal and claimed, something, and or claimed that I'd been ripped off and that they hadn't delivered. And they came back and says, well, the company has has a confirmation that the package was delivered. And I said, no, I never got it. And I started looking into it. I actually dug into the company a little bit, started researching the company, and I found a website dedicated to people who'd been ripped off by this company. And they they said something. One of the comments mentioned that they'd ordered one of these Christmas trees and nothing, and they hadn't gotten the tree either, but they'd gotten this little string of cheap Christmas lights. And I said, that's how they do it. They send you a little worthless trinket in the mail, then they have proof that they delivered something to you. So I went back to PayPal with that, and they went back to the company and got me my money back, and I got to keep the light. So whatever, it was worth what I paid for it. And they filled up 2 minutes of live stream talking about it. Yeah, I was there for, I got that for my, well, that was actually my retirement award. That's what they called that. And I thought, you know what, whatever, it's kind of cool. You remember in an early vlog, um, it came with a little base plate that said, for 12 years of service on your retirement. It had my name, and I said, I don't want that. And so I brought it into an engraving company and had them put a plate on the backside that said "Escaping the Mouse." So that's what that is. Oh, Yvonne's cheesecake is yummy. Okay, so yeah, we're all going to Yvonne's house for cheesecake. Yeah, that's what they say. Well, no, I mean that wasn't the actual Christmas tree. That was how they explained that. Hey, we shipped it. You just didn't get it, and you get something in the mail like that, which like it was just in a little teeny tiny box, and they steal $40 from you, and doesn't it Disney give a pension? I don't know. Maybe for the higher ups. All I had, all I got was my 401k. What's the address? Yeah, yeah, you can tell us, Yvonne. No, don't really. You don't want anybody knowing your address. Well, I think DeSantis is within his right. The state of Florida gives tons and tons of money to Disney and all sorts of rights and privileges it doesn't give to other theme parks. So, you know what? If Disney wants to interfere with Florida policy, I think DeSantis and the Florida government is well within its means to say, okay, we're not going to give you your subsidies anymore. It's not the state's business to subsidize any business anyway. So good for DeSantos. You only made a small one, only using 2 packs of cream cheese, huh? Wow. Love cream cheese. I love all cheese, really. Used to make large ones in the spring pans, but take the easy way out. Yeah, I guess you got to do what you got to do. Well, and that's fine. Disney should give tons to taxes, but why is Disneyland any different than Universal Studios? Why is they're allowed to be a city of Disney where they have their own police, their own fire department, and get subsidies from the state, but Universal Studios doesn't. SeaWorld doesn't. I honestly think that the government should stay away from businesses. Yeah, I can understand maybe if you're just one person making just a smaller version of your cheesecake. I don't know. I assume SeaWorld is still open. The one in California still is, I think. I mean, I got to admit, I haven't been there in a few years. I remember having a lot of fun at SeaWorld when I'd go. It's been, like I said, it's been a long time since I've been there. Oh yeah, I mean, there's definitely a benefit to a large thing, a large amusement park, being in Florida. But once again, that does that mean that the taxpayers should subsidize that business? I don't think so. Lynn is not a fantasy world, huh? Yeah, I see how some people say that and believe that. Yeah, that's it. It's a private company, and I mean, you know, it is good for tourism, and tourism is good for the tax base. But you know, uh, I believe the companies sometimes get a little ahead of themselves. They need to focus on what their priority is, and that's keeping the taxpayers or keeping their customers and their investors happy. It shouldn't be interfering in matters of the state. That's another good point, Yvonne. Disney makes a ton of money, and every year since like the '60s, I think they've raised their prices. So I mean, they're making tons of money. They should pay for their own stuff. Why should somebody that doesn't go to Disney have to pay taxes that have that paid for Disney? Yeah, I agree with that too, John. It is the same with movie companies to make films in particular locations. That's why a lot of movies are filmed in certain states because those states make it attractive for the productions and give them all sorts of perks. But and I mean, I know it happens all the time too. I know the first company I worked for that made compact discs, about the middle of the time I was there, they'd grown so much they moved into a new factory, and the city of Anaheim, to keep them in town, gave them all sorts of tax benefits and access to utilities and stuff like that, at discount prices. And that just that happens. But just because one government decides that it's going to do it doesn't mean that another one can't take it away. I don't know. It's too early to say Jeff isn't here. His church service is probably just finishing up. He's closing up, and who knows? Maybe they're having some sort of a luncheon or something. 700 or 670 views. It also pushed me over the top, into what I think it's 4,700 subscribers, which I saw today for the first time. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of the same way, Bill. I wouldn't want to go to Disneyland today. It's too much. That was one of the nice fringe benefits, is that I could go for free when I worked there. But it doesn't really matter anymore. Everyone's saying what's going to happen if Disney World moves out of Florida. That's not going to happen. The company is hemorrhaging money right now because all the things that it's spending money on are actually losing them money. If they were to shut down Florida right now and move to another state, that would probably bankrupt the company. Yeah, I remember hearing about movies being made in Minnesota. What made me want to work at Disney? Honestly, I needed a job, and really, my mom suggested it. She suggested I try, and see what I could get into. And the day I went in there, they were offering, they were hiring for what, 3 or 4 different departments, and one of them was parades. And I said, well, that sounds like that might be kind of fun, and so I did that. Do live broadcasts enhance subscriber count? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure if because I mean I don't I look at the people I see on the screen right now for the most part. You're the same people that are here like every week. So unless you've got like multiple accounts, I don't know how many people who just stumble onto me because of I'm running a live stream at the moment. I don't know uh, if if that happens because of the live streams or not. 165 for America for per person. That's insane. Do comments on the video help? I guess so. I don't know. I mean, I don't get paid for the comments. I get paid for the ads that people watch. But I think sometimes comments, a lot of comments on a video may, show interest in the video, and that may encourage YouTube to push to recommend it more. See, that's what brings in new subscribers is if a video is doing really well, it's getting a lot of views, then YouTube starts pushing videos. And I notice that every once in a while they'll push a particular video, and I'll suddenly start getting a bunch of comments from a video that I did a year or two ago. It's funny that JFK video where I retraced Oswald's steps after the shooting. Um, that's still my number one video, and I still probably get several hundred views a week on that. No, once you pay to get into the park, the rides are free. They used to have tickets. You'd have to buy for the individual rides, but they gave up with that and just it's all at the gate now. But you're gonna pay through the nose for anything you buy in there. Souvenirs, are gonna be 4 times what they would be outside the park. Food. It isn't necessarily always that good, and it's horribly expensive. Everything you do at Disney is way more expensive than it has to be. I do get a significant number of views when I do post the lives afterwards. So there's people that watch them. And in fact, when you look at one of the things you can do with YouTube is you have an analytics page which shows you, the number of views per day at what's happening, total views for the day, and it bounces around a little bit of graph. But if you pull it back and look at like 2 months of data, every Sunday there's a big spike, and then next Sunday there'll be another big spike, and so the views, you get views from the replays. Yeah, I guess I have heard that Georgia is a popular filming location. Tracy shares my videos. I appreciate that, Tracy. Word of mouth is always good. Yeah, e-tickets, they were the good ones. Yeah. In fact, there's a couple of cast commissaries on the property in the backstage area, and One of them right behind Disneyland is called the Eat Ticket. So that's kind of a homage to the original tickets. I remember my dad used to have a drawer full of like the A and the B tickets, the stuff that nobody wanted, because he couldn't just say, "Hey, I want 20 E tickets and some C tickets," and no, you bought a book and it had a couple of E tickets and all the rest of them. You never used any of the rest of them because the rest of them were like for the merry-go-round and that kind of stuff, the stuff that nobody really wanted to watch. Thanks for stopping in, Nancy. Wish your grandson a happy birthday. Wilmington, North Carolina is another location for, yeah. I could see that. You fall, so I put you to sleep every night, huh? All right. That's got to be my new slogan. Escaping the mouse. I'll put you to sleep. I wouldn't have a problem with that at all, Susan. Yeah, I'm actually helping my friend Matt right now because I just before I start the live streams every week, I just put his videos on and say play all, and so it just plays them back to back. So I give him some good views too. We're still trying to push him past 1,000 so he can monetize. I think he's only like at 400 now, pretty close to 400. So he's got a ways to go. You have the ticket books from Disney when your family went there in the 70s, huh? Yeah, I think my dad threw them all away many years ago. It's kind of a drag. They probably would be worth something now. My favorite Martian marathon. That's a good thing to fall asleep to. I love that show. That show was awesome. Bill Bixby and Ray Walston. Ray Walston was always one of my favorite actors. I think he was great in everything I ever saw him in. Well, Matt's got more than enough views, I think, to get it. But you got to hit 1,000 subscribers. So if you want to put out the word for for him and let's help get him some subscribers. It's called Island Horizon Videos. So just go to YouTube, type Island Horizon Videos. In fact, I'll type it in the comments section here. Let's see, and I'm going to spell it right here. There's not an M in Island Horizon. Okay, there it is right there. Go check it out if you'd like. Island Horizon Videos. What he does is he points to he lives on the Big Island of Hawaii, and what he does he just brings his camera down to the beach, a different beach every day, and he'll just point it at the beach and shoot 20 minutes of video. It's a really great idea. Drove you nuts how the landlady would barge in on them. Oh, yeah, yeah, I know. That's part of that. That was funny. I remember the same kind of thing happening with Mr. Furley on Three's Company. Yeah, I know. I was watching. What was it I was watching last night? Oh, I was watching Dazed and Confused. I made it about halfway through it and turned it off, so I'll have to pick that up. One of the things I like about DVDs and Blu-rays, though, is um, if you stop the movie in the middle, when you start it up again, you press play, and it'll just pick up where the movie left off. You have a My Favorite Martian lunchbox. How awesome is that? Do I have any Blu-rays? Yeah, in fact, it was a Blu-ray I was watching of Dazed and Confused. I would say at this point, maybe I would say at this point, maybe 10% of my collection is Blu-rays. If I have a choice now, I mean, I'm not going to replace my DVDs because the DVDs look fine. But when new things come out, if I have a choice between DVD and Blu-ray, I'm going with the Blu-ray. Yeah, yeah. Most DVD players today will play both. Anything you bought in like the last 5 years or 6 years will play both Blu-ray and DVD. Probably maybe in the last 10 years because Blu-ray has been around for a while. It's hard to imagine that. It seems like new technology, but we were making Blu-rays or machines that made Blu-ray discs when I worked at ODC, and that was 15 years ago. Yeah, my player does play both. Guess I answered that question twice, but do I have a digitized library of movies? No, not really. Because when you do that, you if you lose your hard drive, you lose your movies. You like the Crystal Skull? Yeah, I like that too. Actually, it's not crystal though; it's polycarbonate, it's plastic. But he's pretty cool. I got him from Disneyland. So for the person who asked a while ago if I have any things I got from Disneyland, yeah, this is something I got from Disneyland. It was in the gift shop right outside of Pirates of the Caribbean. They had like a black one, and then they had this guy, and I like this guy. And then I put him on that little light base, and he lights up. I think that's pretty cool. What's been my favorite ever? I'm assuming you're talking about moving or movies. Um, I don't know if I have one that's consistently been on the top of my list is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I think that's probably one of the best movies ever made. How's the model train doing? I took the train set down a few weeks ago. I decided it wasn't going to be something that was up all year round. We'll put it up next year and add to it again. Oh, my favorite job ever. Okay, sorry, I figured since we were talking about movies, that must have been it. Uh, I think my favorite job ever was DMI, the first CD company. I had so much fun working there. Reminds you of Othello. I had a profile picture on Facebook where I, kind of held this. Have you ever seen that famous picture of a monkey contemplating a skull? I kind of reproduced that using this guy once, and I had a laser across the room, shining at the back of the head of of the skull, so the skull glowed red. Okay, well, let's do a little profile action here. I don't know what Flash's encounters with squirrels are. I mean, they're, Flash is out and about, and neither the squirrels nor Flash seem to be concerned about each other. I'm guessing they probably run into each other. You're thinking that movie's running on the movie channel? You mean Cuckoo's Nest? I don't think there aren't any snakes that are big enough to be a problem with Flash, and I don't think a snake would be threatened by Flash. So I don't think there's going to be any problems. I don't think there's anything in the yard, predator-wise, that can hurt her. Good afternoon, Kimberly. Oh, by the way, he's back. Aren't you? Haven't been any treats today, have there? Oops, I dropped that one. Okay, that's enough. No, the lid's closed. Hi, BNA. Good to see you. Oh, Eric's here too. Hey, Eric. How you, buddy? Good cat sitting there patiently. Yeah, patience is not really a word I think of a whole lot when I think of bite. Got some LED gaming speakers yesterday for your computer. That's cool. If you're into the gaming thing, that's you're gonna need good speakers. That rocket that blew up in Texas did seem to upset them. Yeah, well, from my understanding, the main thing that was a test was, could they launch the thing? Could they get it off the ground? I've heard him say that anything beyond it leaving the ground was just icing. Yeah, it's a little rainy here. You're down south of us. I think you're getting more than we are, aren't you, VNA? Let's see. We got any more rain coming in here? Yeah, most of it seems to be going north of us. And it seems to be fading too. Yeah, I don't have any broadcast television anymore, so or any of the, like, you know cable services. I dumped my cable TV year and a half ago. And I don't even miss it really. It's beautiful in Jersey. All right. Yeah, it's overcast here and it's been raining a bit off and on today. Sound really good for music and videos. And you get them for $10. That's a deal, man. It's nice in Alberta, 14 degrees, huh? Calm and clear. That doesn't sound too bad. Yeah, I mean, I have a couple of subscription services. I have Netflix and I have Paramount Plus. Oh, there's Jeff. Mexican food in a loud, crowded restaurant. That sounds pretty good, actually. I love Mexican food. With YouTube and streaming, what more does a person need? That's true. Like I said, I like having hard copies of my entertainment because if my internet goes down, I still can play movies. And for the most part, anything that I like, I already have a copy of. And there are a whole lot of new things coming out these days that I'm interested in. I don't know if I could name a single movie that's been produced this year because I definitely haven't seen any of them. I guess the Top Gun movie came out this year, and that's on Paramount Plus, so I might watch that at some point. If you remember when I was doing when I was working on that TV in the guest bedroom, that was actually the movie that I had playing while I was troubleshooting the issue. That's cool that they're getting you to review things from. That's a cool job. Super Mario Brothers movie. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't really into the Mario Brothers. All right, Jeff can't hear us, so we can talk about him. We can say anything we want. He can't hear us. Well, I can say anything I want because he can't hear me. Yeah, you can talk and all you want, and I can't hear you, and Jeff can't hear you. But if you type it, he can see it. Hey, it's the other Breck. Just what the world needs, right? Remind me of what the friend's Hawaiian channel is called, Island Horizon Videos. Yeah, just go on YouTube, Google that, or well, don't go on YouTube and Google it. Go on YouTube and type that into the search engine. Yeah, well, Eric's got a point there too. Generally you don't have streaming problems when you're playing off of physical media. Streaming can be rough at times. You're heading over to Maui in May. All right. Maui's nice. You can get one of those T-shirts over there that says "Here today, gone to Maui." Because I bet you they got a lot of them over there. Right, Bite? You've never been to Maui, though, have you? Nope, you've been to Placentia and you've been to Waco. Technically, you've been to Dallas, too. You think that you're going to bake now? Well, you got to do more than think about it, I think. I'd probably just put an ad in that point when you watch this on reruns. I look for like big gaps in the conversation, and that's usually where I'll drop an ad. You're watching me and baking cookies. Way to multitask. Apple strudel actually sounds really good. Maybe I should make one day too. I bet you I could find an apple strudel recipe somewhere that'd be good. I don't do enough desserts, do I? Usually some main course or something like that. Haven't had a good one since the 70s, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the last time I had a good apple strudel either. Yeah, cookies are good too. Those hole in the wall places are the best. Right, Bite? Actually, you've never been to a hole in the wall place either, have you? You're pretty boring, aren't you? Pretty boring life. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Have something to eat. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Go to the bathroom. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Right? That's your life, isn't it? Yeah, nuts and raisins. Yeah, that sounds really good. You do your lunch there, huh? Yeah, I know where Alameda is. Didn't used to live that far from there. Went to the beach and scarfed and went back to work, huh? Sounds like quite a life. Gotta admit, when I first read that, I thought it said you went to the beach and surfed. I think it's time to light up another piece of incense here. Oh, just got the lighter here. Yeah, there's a lighter. Old one out of there. There we go. Now this place will be smelling good. Watch the smoke willow past me here. Be a live version of that 70s show, but with different kinds of smoke. Incense and peppermint in your head, huh? Maybe it could be peppermint incense. It's funny, when I got up this morning, I was looking out the window at the pool, and there was actually smoke coming off the pool. It was that weird. It was weird because I guess it's just because the water is so much warmer than the air that it was actually smoking a little bit. I thought that's weird. My pool is steaming. Yeah, groovy, man. Listened to Donovan the other day. Yeah, it's funny how music can do that to you. You can see all the smoke going in front of the camera here. That's funny. Everyone else is being real quiet here, and Yvonne is playing Rhonda today. That's the difference of my live streams to, say, Jordan's live streams, where basically anybody can, start a conversation or steer the conversation. Only just some sitar music in the background. Yeah, right. And a big fatty. You just scaring them, huh? Is that why no one else is talking? Because I'm looking at the screen right now, and except with one comment from VNA, everything else is Yvonne. That's fine. I mean, somebody's got to do the heavy lifting here. Yeah, well, it wasn't necessarily taking it for myself. It's just I wanted to, I wanted to do a vlog that was kind of time sensitive, and I couldn't do both. You'll see that vlog on Tuesday, by the way. You made a comment, but I skipped over it. Oh, sorry. Ever been to North Dallas? I mean, DFW is in North Dallas. Currently eating chips, queso, and chips. So he's eating chips and queso and chips and eating on chimichanga and waiting on chimichanga. Okay, chimichangas are good. I used to have a chinchilla named Chimichanga. Am I impressed with the big cities in Texas that I visited? No, not really. I like living in a smaller town. I've said it before, but Waco is big enough to have everything you want, but small enough to still have the small feel to it. I'm okay as long as I don't say open your wallet, right, and I'll talk to you. Yeah, I don't know. I've never actually seen the carpetbagger do anything, so it's funny. I've met the guy, but I've never seen any of his vlogs. Seems like a nice guy, but yeah, that's not cool. Yeah, I won't talk to you if you don't pay me money. I'll talk to you if you do pay me money, but I'll talk to you if you don't too. Bite's back here. When you see Bite through the smoke here. I mean, I guess in terms of the big cities, the only ones I visited really is Dallas and Austin. But I've lived around big cities all my life. It looked like Bite was smoking. Are you smoking, Bite? But you can clearly see the smoke is coming from behind him. Are you content, Bite? You seem really content. Yeah, but I guess if that's your sole source of income, then pushing for money is something you kind of have to do. Fortunately for me, I'm not. I'm not counting on this. He thinks you're a cutie. She doesn't know the real you, does she? No, she doesn't. Only I know the real you. The real you that meows at 5 in the morning because you want something to eat. You got like a hair on your nose, dude. I'm trying to get it off for you, but you won't let me. There we go. Doesn't like it when people grab his nose. Got your nose. Yes, I do. I got your nose. Yeah, I hope that Ivy does well. Bite is your favorite cat. That's not going to go to your head, is it? Or maybe since the rest of you is so big, maybe you do need to have a bigger head. Then you at least look proportional. Is there anything that would make me stop vlogging? Oh, I'm sure there are. I don't know what they. I mean, I could see my work uh, expanding to the point where I just don't have time to do it anymore. That could happen, But right now, I kind of get a kick out of doing it. And honestly, it keeps me focused. I don't think I'd be anywhere near where I am with this house right now if it wasn't for the vlogging, because there's times where I just say, I don't feel like doing anything today. And I think there'd be a lot more, I don't feel like I'm doing anything today days if I, didn't have the live stream that I had to do or, live streaming the vlog. That kind of keeps you focused and keeps you, knowing, hey, I got to produce 3 videos this week just to keep up. More if I want to move ahead. Does he ever swat at me? No, not really. He's a good boy. If you startle him, sometimes he'll hiss at you. Nibble does that all the time too. Mount Rushmore is something I think I'd like to see again. We went there when I was a kid. Yeah, all my glass glasses are in the dishwasher. It's like having homework to do, having a vlog. Yeah, I suppose, except I didn't like doing homework. Tracy's checking out. Have a good weekend, Tracy. Yeah, autocorrect does that. It's funny, I usually have the ceiling fan on when I do a live stream, but it's really interesting kind of watching the air currents with the smoke here because there's obviously air current going this way because the smoke from the incense, but you're just over here is all kind of blowing across the camera. I wouldn't figure in a room with no windows open and nothing moving air that there'd be that much, but there clearly is. Do I have to do anything else with the pool to get it ready? No, just maintain it at this point. The water's looking great now. The pool sweep is doing a good job getting everything under control. It's just I got to deal with it like on a daily basis just to keep up with it. And I'm just gonna, keep doing the chemistry that I have to do to maintain it. But the pool's in good shape. All we got to do is get the temperature up now. It's a trip watching the smoke going from the screen and then seeing the smoke on the camera too. It's a ghost. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's going on. Let's see, get some more of it. Moved it forward a little bit here. I don't necessarily get it at Leslie's at this point. Leslie's, last time I got chemicals there, they didn't have it. They didn't have stuff. So, there's other places I'm getting. I get shock. Honestly, I get stuff at Home Depot. Home Depot has pool supplies, including shock chemical. And I'm also going to that pool place that kind of specializes in the Doughboy pools. That's where the previous owners actually bought the pool. Well, yeah, we have worked hard on the pool, but you know what? When it gets to, I'm going to be very happy that I worked hard on it when we get to the point where, I can start using it again when it's 95 degrees out and it feels good to, you know, soak in it after a long day at work or, come home after one of my midnight walks and just go out, soak in the pool and have a nice cold beer. It's been all over the place weather-wise. We've actually had some nice rain this past week. I think we've had probably 3 inches of rain this week. So I like that, especially with a pool, because it brings the pool level up. The pool level was down about an inch, and so 3 inches of rain helps a lot. Yeah, I'm not at Sam's Club. I was always more of a Costco person, but now Costco's 100 miles away, so I kind of let my membership lapse. How's Flash? Flash is doing good. It's funny. I came home the other night when it was raining, and I figured she'd be in one of her places that she sleeps, but no, she was just out in the rain, sleeping under the wet leaves. Yeah, I like Costco when it was here, or well, when it actually used to be near my house in California. So I had a Costco membership there. Well, yeah, you remember that's what I did. That was the last time I went to Costco, and I ate that meat for a year. That's the beauty. Meat freezes. Okay, enough of that for now. Everybody's going to get the wrong idea about me. I'll shock the water again. That's usually enough. I'm back to the point now where I'm putting the chlorine tablets in it about once a week and shocking it about once a week. That should take it. It tends to you tend to bring your pH levels up or down a little bit when it rains, and so the shock chemical tends to do that. But I do like it when it rains. It fills the pool for free. I heard somebody say that Lake Waco's water level is like 6 inches higher now because of the rain we had this week. You glad you don't have to deal with pool maintenance? I don't know. It isn't really that big a deal. You know, it's fairly simple. You put the tablets in once. I remember I used to take care of a neighbor's pool when I was younger, and it was way more complicated. There was, you had to get out there and measure the chemistry of the water, and then calculate how much of chemical to put in. It's really easy now. You get one of those little floating things. You put the chlorine tablets. You shock it once a week, and you're good to go. Yeah, it is. You do get a free car wash too. I always get concerned though about some of the storms we have here in Texas. That there might be hail that might damage the car. And my car lives in the garage for the most part, so the only time you wash it is when it rains. Yeah, yeah. See, that's basically all I do too, Brock. Is I check it every day, and if there's a bunch of junk in the pool, I'll turn on the sweep. The robot is designed to run, once a day, but I'll sometimes make it run more than that if there's a bunch of gunk in the pool. But like I said, the water looks really great now, so it's just a matter of maintaining it and keeping it going. I did burp on a live stream. How rude. Yeah, I heard there was a hailstorm here, and the previous owners actually had to replace the roof because of it. And apparently, they got a new high end roof that's like hail proof now. So you have large cottonwood trees in your neighborhood that are a nuisance. Oh no. You're switching to a pump, your pump to a variable speed. I didn't even know they did that. I guess that makes sense though. See, here in Texas, one of the things you have, since we have a deregulated electricity industry, there's multiple sources for electricity, and so um, you have multiple price options. You don't just have to pay by the kilowatt hour. You can actually just get a flat rate, and that's what I do. That really evens things out. It's a little bit higher. I probably pay $250 a month for electricity, but it doesn't change in the winter. I can run the AC, or it doesn't change in the summer. I can run the AC all the time. I had AC in the house in California. I never ran it because you run it for one day, the electric bill would jump by $20. So you can imagine what would happen if you ran it every day. But the house did really well just keeping the windows open too. What's the time I want to? What's the place I want to visit most when I get some vacation time? Definitely want to go visit Jordan at some point, and and of course I've talked about Yellowstone. I'd love to go see that. You know, I ultimately want to start doing like national parks and Yellowstone, especially because of the geology of the place. It's just a fascinating place. And I mean, I have vacation time accrued already. It's not a whole lot. It really does. It really does pour when it rains. You know, you get a little storm that'll just rain. It'll just drop rain on you for 20 minutes, but you'll get an inch or an inch and a half of rain in that time. Would I get multiple vlogs out of a national park? Definitely, definitely. Because especially like Yellowstone, it would be the hike to the location, then talk about the location. And there's geysers and there's hot springs and stuff like that, and all sorts of fun things to talk about. And if I planned it right, there'd be, I would probably drive versus fly to a national park just because, it would be, there'd be things to see along the way. I really enjoyed driving to California last year and just seeing the country as I went by. Hi, Ann. Welcome. I am having a good weekend, or at least as far as I am. I'm what 4 hours into my weekend, so well, maybe a little bit more because of um, my weekend technically starts when I get off of work, and so I had a little bit of weekend last night. Yeah, I really want to go to Yellowstone and check that place out. You do a do a vlog on Old Faithful, talk about why that works and why that does what it does. There's more geysers in Yellowstone than everywhere else on the planet combined. Probably be an ad right there. Iceland is another place I'd like to visit. That isn't really United States, but for the same reason, it'd be fascinating from a geology standpoint because of all the volcanism there. I mean, I'd also like to visit Mount Vesuvius. Yeah, well, because it would be fun to talk about why Yellowstone is Yellowstone, because it's an interesting story. Yeah, exactly. Pompeii. That's Mount Vesuvius. A lot of people don't know, but Mount Vesuvius has erupted multiple times since then. The last major eruption was during World War II. But unfortunately, everybody just remembers that event in 78 AD. Grand Canyon would be another fun one. I drove by the Grand Canyon on my way to California last year. I got a little thing. My parents visited Mount St. Helens a number of years ago, and they brought me back a kind of a cool souvenir. Let me show you. Feels good to get up and walk around a little bit. Yeah, the ashes. That's it. I got this little thing from Mount St. Helens. It's actually got actual ash from the volcano. It actually says Mount St. Helens on it. So that's kind of cool. Interesting little conversation piece. It was in the air and travel. I remember it because there was ash in my front yard in California when that erupted. I mean, it wasn't thick like that, but there was a dusting of ash as far away from it as California. And I'm sure as it moved east, since it got up into the stratosphere and followed the trade winds, it probably went all over the planet. See, when you mentioned all the trees on the ground, it makes me think another place I'd love to go visit would be Tunguska, Siberia. Yeah, you can see it floating in the air in Northern California. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Yeah, I don't doubt you had it in Alberta too. Well, I'd go in the summer. I don't think I'd want to be strolling around in the woods in the winter in Siberia. So let's play a little trivia. Who knows what happened in Tunguska that would make me want to go visit it? You see, that's an interesting story too. Visions of Dr. Zhivago. See, I'd be out way out in the middle of nowhere where nobody is. No guesses on the Tunguska thing, huh? There we go. Now we got an answer. That's right. People thought it was a the first nuclear bomb, but it was like what 1903 or something. So it was a long, long time ago. And yeah, I think they said it was actually a comet fragment, and it didn't actually hit the ground. It exploded. It exploded in the air, and they knew it happened because it created a shock wave that went around the world twice, and it lit up the night sky as far away as London. And when they looked at it, it was years later, and they noticed these trees had all been knocked down, and they'd been knocked down in a very, they all got knocked down the same way, in the same direction. And there was this weird pattern to the way the trees were all knocked down. And from that, they determined that that's what it probably was a cometary fragment that exploded in the atmosphere. Yes, I did say Siberia. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to being next. Just haven't found the right person yet. You had to look it up though. Actually, the Tunguska blast was mentioned in Ghostbusters of all things, the original first Ghostbusters movie. Because I think it's Egon is talking about supernatural events, and he says, it's the largest supernatural event since the Tunguska blast. But it wasn't a supernatural event. It was just extra. It was an extraterrestrial event. Going out to eat for your birthday. Happy birthday, Kimberly. Well, you remember when I drove from Northern California to Southern California to visit Beth and stopped um, in that little town right on the San Andreas Fault. That's probably the closest I've gotten to vlogging that. Yeah, I don't want to think about what would happen if there was a direct hit by an asteroid, although apparently it happens more frequently than we imagined. I guess it would depend on how big it was and where it hit. I mean, the one that wiped out the dinosaurs, that was what, 4 miles across? That was a pretty big one. That's probably what you're thinking of is the Tunguska blast. mean, we see fireballs in the sky all the time. Everyone got really quiet all of a sudden. Yeah, once again, people like Carpetbagger, that's what they're doing. They're vlogging for their livelihood, but there's nothing that says you can't just be courteous to your visitors, your viewers. No, I just got to schedule my time off, give them a few weeks notice and mix it. And it's hard right now because, of what's going on at work. I'm really the only person that's doing doing the job that I'm doing right now because the original person that did my job, he left the department, went somewhere else. And so I'd really leave the company high and dry if I were to leave right now. But all right, Yvonne's got the Ghostbusters theme in her head. Who are you going to call? What are sapphire showers trees? I don't know. Maybe that's one of those things I need to Google here. Yeah, it looks like the rain's fizzling out here. Let's see here. Oh, those look kind of pretty. Yeah, that might be kind of cool, huh? Guess I figured they'd be purple. Well, I'm glad we're part of the exclusive club, Yvonne. Oh, you pasted a picture on the. Let's go take a look at that then here. Haven't seen it yet. Must not have come up. Maybe it's still uploading or something. Oh, that was a few months ago. Okay. I thought you were talking about something recent here. Oh well. Not going to sit and look for 20 minutes scrolling through that, but yeah, I'm sort of the same way, Yvonne. I'm here with my cats and pretty much a loner. I don't know. I guess I'd like to be whoever it is that runs against him. I don't think he should. I don't think he should have run the first time. His mind is not sharp. So anything new happening in Waco? The Waco suspension bridge opened yesterday. So I'm definitely looking forward to walk on that. I'll be doing that this week sometime, maybe. Hopefully, if the weather cooperates. It's supposed to rain all week. But apparently, as part of the celebration, they actually had a herd of cattle that they herded over the bridge. They had pictures of it here. Let me see. Let's see here. No, not that. I'm sure it's here. Yeah. Yeah, they had a whole bunch of cows that they herded over the bridge yesterday as part of the ribbon cutting ceremony. So that was kind of cool. So yeah, definitely excited about that. I am so glad that thing's open again. I've been waiting for so long to walk on that. I just love that bridge. It's cool that that's there. Okay, I've been told to go look on the Facebook page again here. So let's go look again. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that looks just like the pictures that I saw online here. Gotta figure out how to get rid of the glare here. Right around the pool there. Nice covered pool, right? Is that a covered pool? Can't wait to go on the bridge though. Probably a good day to do it today, even though the thing was just open yesterday. And you'd think it might be pretty busy out there. It's possible not because it's kind of rainy out there. Your cats are making noises to make you think there's a person in the house. That's funny. Opening cabinets. That's awesome. I don't know if I ever told you about this, but right before I moved out of the house in California, Bike got freaked out one day, and because all the stuff was out of the house, and he was starting to get concerned about what was going on there. And one day I got up, I couldn't find him, and I spent most of the day looking for him. I thought, where'd he go? Did he get out? I couldn't find any path of escape. And then at one point, I opened up the cabinets above the refrigerator, and he had jumped up onto the counter, jumped up to the refrigerator, pulled open one of the cabinets, went into the cabinet, and got the door closed behind him. So it really startled him because I opened up the door, and all of a sudden, boom, he just takes off like a shot. Or there was a time that I had a cat before the one I had before Bite and Nibble, and one day I opened up the door, and he had seen another cat outside, and I wasn't aware the other cat was out there, and he took off after the other cat, ran to the back of the yard, ran up the side of the wall, and took a flying leap off the wall, and it was like 12 feet down in the neighbor's yard because my house was a little higher than theirs. And all of a sudden, I know the exact moment he realized, oh, this isn't right, because you could almost see it on his face. The second he leapt off the wall there and looked down and realized how far down it was, it was just that expression was classic. Yeah, Bite and Nibble don't do that a whole lot anymore. I think it's probably just they're 16 years old, so the idea of jumping up on counters, it just isn't a thing anymore. Yeah, that definitely was his wily coyote moment. All we needed that cat to do was hold up a little sign that said "Yikes." Speaking of coyotes, an old lady on a scooter was chased by one in broad daylight. It's amazing what's happening in broad daylight these days on busy streets. It was on the news, huh? No, I think I got some cat hair or something like that in my nose. It's tickling my nose. Yeah, Chuck Jones was awesome. So my nose is all tickly right now. I felt like I was going to sneeze a couple times during the live stream. Yeah, well, that happens sometimes, and sometimes, if food is scarce, then they start coming into cities looking for food because unfortunately they know that with people comes food. Yeah, that's Jordan. And my friend Matt, the guy who does Island Horizon videos, is a dark-haired guy right next to him. I think he was just to his right. He was, if you watch the video, that I put up on the Facebook channel. There was actually two angles. There was one from a long shot from the balcony of that place, and then there was one from the audience in front. And I was up in the balcony with my camera zoomed in on it, and Matt was down on the floor shooting it from the ground. And then we just I put those two videos together and turned it into that. He was wearing kind of an orange shirt too, Jordan. I mean, not Matt. It's funny, nobody actually answered that question on the Facebook page, because I think that was the question. I said, can you find Jordan in this picture? You like the cat story? That's good. Cool. I like having cats. They're an endless source of amusement. Where did I meet Matt? I met Matt years and years and years ago because he married my godparents' daughter. So, my godparents had had a bunch of daughters. They had 6 daughters. Crazy. Two of them were twins, and they were my age. And so I knew their name was Shelley and Susan. Well, Susan married Matt. And so when Matt started getting involved with Susan, that was when I met him. And like I said, I've known him since I was probably 14, 15 years old when he came into Susan's life. So I've known him for a long, long time. Well, anyway, I've put in my 2 hours, I think. I want to go out and do a vlog today. I think we're going to do something in the garage, finish up a vlog I shot last week. So I'm going to pull the plug on this one. Thanks, everyone. I had a great time today. I'll see you again next week. Good night.